Hey guys, it's Windy from Windys.Art. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to paint a poinsettia using watercolor. Poinsettia has become a symbol of Christmas. I thought this would be a good idea for a Christmas card. Now if you're ready, grab your pens and paper and let's start painting. As always, I start with my sketch. I draw the oval shape and mark out the main veins on the leaves so it's easier for the coloring process later. Then I use masking tape to tape around the paper, and this will be the edge of the background. I like to go through my bigger color chart before mixing colors so I know how colors actually look after they dry. Then I mix colors in advance and test it out on another piece of paper so they are ready to use while coloring. I want to use wet on wet technique for the base layer, so I apply clean water first and make sure every edges cover a thin layer of clean water. It should look nice and glossy. If you see a small puddle, that means you apply too much water. Then I use my big brush to add colors on all the leaves and avoid the core area because we will use different colors. While the paper is still wet, quickly add a slightly darker color to paint out the main veins on the leaves and the shadow areas, so you can see clearly where the leaves go. It's quite important how much water the brush contains. If it's too much water, the color you add on will totally bleed out and create stains after drying, so make sure the brush doesn't contain too much water. Then I paint out the darkest vein on the biggest leaf at the left corner. After that, I add a second layer on the leaf. And notice because the left side has a reflection, so the color is lighter than the right side. For the darker side, I dry my brush and wipe out the small reflections on the leaf, as you can see here. Make sure you constantly dry your brush when you lift the color, otherwise you will end up pushing dirty colors around. Then continue the same process to add second layers for the other leaves. For the third layer, I go into more details like the small vents on the leaf. I first put a third layer on the right side of the leaf, then I dry my brush to wipe out the small refractions in between the vents, as you can see here. After that, I add darker shades around the bigger vents so they pop out more. For the left side, because it's in lighter color, I first add on a lighter third layer, which is lighter than the right side, and I put a darker shades around the vents. Then I strengthen the color around the edge and soften the hard strokes using clean water. After I'm done with that, I change to my small brush and add all the small vents on the leaf. For the other leaves, it's the similar painting process. I first put the third base layer on, and I dry my brush to wipe out colors for refractions. Then I paint out the darkest vents and darker shades on the leaf. After I'm done with that, I add the small vent details. Then continue the same process for the rest of the leaves. When leaves are about done, carefully fill up the blanks in the background using very deep color. And as you can see here, I'm not just using black colors, so it won't look too stiff. For the core, I first put a lighter green for the base layer and mark out where the small flowers are. Then I paint out the darker shades around the vents so they pop out more. The core has the lightest color in the whole painting, which contrasts with the leaves, so just strengthen the shadows around the vents to offset the bright part. Lastly, the touch-up, I like to go back to see if there's any details missing or any areas that need to be strengthened again. Now the painting is about done here. Comment below and let me know if you have any questions. I wish you all have a Merry Christmas. See you next time. Bye!